Now, I would like to invite Dr. Mansoor Patti. He is a medical doctor and a PhD doctor as well. He has also been...
Sorry, but he was on call.
Oh,
just to leave
the doctor on call. My next speaker is Barrister Surya Pasco. Let me introduce Barrister Surya Pasco. She is from number 1 Gray's Inn Chamber. She is a barrister and training judges in different jurisdictions, especially in human rights. I would invite Barrister Surya Pasco.
Well, first I say thank you very much to Mr. Zahir Ahmed for inviting me to speak at this very esteemed occasion, and also very exciting to be able to hear what Mr. Salik is going to say about his work in Pakistan. My background, as far as law is concerned, is quite mixed. I do family, civil, immigration, and indeed crime as well. But I suppose my most informed background is that of human rights. I spent some time out of practice training judges in the former Eastern European countries. Europe is a country where a region rather, where we as Europeans in this jurisdiction have experienced fractious results due to the breakdown of the former Soviet bloc and indeed due to the Balkans War, and have seen firsthand in our own lifetime, in our own area, the difficulties minorities have faced in different countries. Therefore, from a human rights perspective, I would like to say that I fully support what Mr. Salik is doing, trying to build an alliance to unite minorities worldwide. It's not a regional thing, it is a world concern that affects each and every one of us, wherever we live, wherever we hail from. Because the impact of undermining individuals because of their minority, their opinions, their religious beliefs, their ethnicity, affects each and every one of us. It affects not only the things we hold deeply in our hearts, like the institutions that we so laud, such as democracy, but it also affects our own humanity. And I would like to say that I fully support Mr. Salik's brave, I can't even express how brave his demonstrations have been in trying to further the rights of the very undermined minority in Pakistan. And I'll just say thank you once more for inviting me here.
Thank you, Barrister Surya Pasco. She is the only woman participant in this program, representing the women minority. Now I would invite, sitting next to her, Barrister Michael Sterling, who is practicing barrister at criminal bar.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to be here as well. It's an honour to come here. It's a cause which obviously is something which that I support very much and is well worthy of universal support here. Minorities in all countries need a voice. It's been my experience as a barrister practicing criminal law and in all stages of criminal law, from the lowest say speeding offence to the most serious murder in the Old Bailey. I have come across clients from a range of backgrounds. A lot of them have been from what I suppose here we would call minorities in terms of the numbers of people from their countries or from their faiths that there are in this country. The prevailing feature about what happens in this country, which is quite right, is that all people who come, certainly before the criminal courts, have access to justice, and it is important that that access is maintained. There are threats at the moment to reduce some of the pay that certainly some members of the bar receive in order to represent those who cannot represent themselves. And anyone who's interested in the law should, in my view, have as a solid foundation an interest in justice for all and anyone who comes to them as a client or who comes before the court. And part of that necessarily involves an utter respect for anybody, whoever they are, whatever circumstances they are, whichever country they have come from. They must get justice, and certainly now they do here, but we are in turbulent times. We are recovering from a worldwide recession. The government budgets, as we all know, are being cut here. It mustn't be applied to the feature of legal representation, because at the heart of anything, when it comes to minorities, when by operation of the state perhaps they come before criminal courts or other courts, there can be difficulties economically or by operation of other laws. They must have that access, and I'm pleased that there are people such as Mr. Salik who are making efforts to speak up for the rights of minorities, because it can be very tempting in a democracy to think that the majority rules. That can't be. The majority must take into account everything that all people in that country need as a basic, as the human rights, such as Soraya said, and all people within that country, whichever country it is, must have access to justice. It's something which I've devoted my professional career to, and I wish to do so for many years to come. And I welcome Mr. Salik and what he stands for and why he's here today. Thank you very much.